Here are 3 players to watch in the NCAA tournament that if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Everyone just loves New Mexico to upset number 6, have the potential to go at least one more round. Deron Holmes, Shahade Wells, and Enrique Freeman, 3 players you have to know about.
It is so great to be with you and realize that Sunday starts the Atlantic Sun Conference Tournament. And at FTN Fantasy, we have you covered. Now is the time to get in. You can see it on the bottom of the screen. Annual, monthly packages, ready to rock and roll. We have our content. It's coming out. I got an Atlantic Sun preview coming out. All the small conferences. Frank Brank's models. He's rolling his conference tournament sims right now. We have March Madness projections. If you love college basketball and you love March Madness, FTN Fantasy is the only place for you. Promo code's on the bottom. Make sure to go FTN Fantasy. And as always, I'll give you a couple picks, a couple thoughts, and then I will slide over into Discord, and we will get to the discussion there for the rest of the games. As always, we got our crowd here. Tommy B, positive vibes. Yep, March Madness is here. You know it. And teams are jockeying for positions in conference tournaments. They certainly are. And today, guys, and moving forward is about motivation. It's the motivation day. What do we have? How much are we motivated? What can we do? And how can we use that to our advantage? So without further ado, we're jumping in. Let's ready to rock and roll. Okay, so Robert Morris. Robert Morris is in the Horizon League. Robert Morris has a half-game lead over Cleveland State. They have 1 game left. So Robert Morris today is on the road at IU Indy, a team that they beat by 53 points at home back on January 30th. And everything is on the line for Andrew Toole. Andrew Toole has been there since 2011. He's had some successful seasons, but has had nothing even close to this season since back in 2020. And in that season, they finished tied for 2nd. So this is a huge game for Robert Morris. Yes, it's 7 points. Yes, it's on the road. Yes, it's IU Indy, who we actually have liked this year. There's just too much motivation. I can't see it. And I get it. It's probably senior day for IU Indy. I have seen that go both ways. Everything is on the line for Robert Morris, and those are the teams that I want to support here today. So Robert Morris, -7 in the Horizon League with a chance to lock up the Horizon League championship. They are a half game ahead of Cleveland State. So if Cleveland State wins out against Wright State away, which is frisky tonight, and then Purdue-Fort Wayne at home, which is also frisky, they could tie. But if you get the win tonight, Robert Morris, you at least guarantee a tie. And more than likely with that schedule, you probably get it outright. I think they show up today. Those that know Monmouth know we love Monmouth. They're extremely well coached by King Rice. And what you don't do is you don't look at Monmouth and worry about the record. They are 11-18. They are only 9-7 in the CAA, but they've battled. They beat Hofstra away. They beat Northeastern at home. They played really tough against Towson at home. They beat Hampton, Delaware, Drexel. They have played very well, particularly at home. They beat Charleston home by 11. This is a good spot against Elon. They lost away to Elon by 12. Elon is having a good year, but they've slowed down a little bit from where they were earlier in the year. They're also terrible at scoring. They can struggle to score, and they turn the ball over a ton. I believe in King Rice here at home. It's only 1.5. I am taking Monmouth. They've been good to us. There is no reason to get off this game. Campbell has been very frisky. Campbell has been difficult to handle. Campbell has played up to their opponents, and they're in a huge spot tonight in the CAA against UNC Wilmington. They have lost 2 straight games. They just lost a game at home to Towson, which was very difficult, one that they really wanted to get. The key with them is they've been without Jason Sinani, who is a solid player for them, and it's been 5 games, and they've gone 2-3 in those games. But in this spot at home, I think Campbell, with their defense, they're number 1 in the CAA at forcing turnovers. They're number 1 at defending the 3. I think this is an interesting matchup. They lost away to UNC Wilmington 77-69. UNC Wilmington now has to travel to Campbell. They are 12-4 in the CAA. They are 2 games behind Towson, so they are probably out of it because Towson would have to lose their last 2 games in order for them to have a share, and I just don't think that's going to happen. They're now away at Campbell. Ken Palm has it as a 1-point win. I think 3.5 is too much. I like this matchup. I think it's a coin flip. I'll take the 3.5 with Campbell. Hampton's been very good to us also. Hampton has played tough. They forced turnovers. They've also won 5 straight games. Hampton is one of the hottest teams in the country that you don't know about. They beat Northeastern away, then Drexel, Hofstra, UNC Wilmington, and Stony Brook at home. I think that carries over here against Drexel. I know it's a payback spot, but they've played very well. Drexel has 2 wins themselves, but they're also brutal with turnovers. They played a very slow pace. And I think right now Hampton is the hotter team and they are the better team. And I think that continues. Anytime you have a team with momentum going on the road, getting points, I'm going to take it there. You're not surprised. And I hung in there. I mean, we jumped off the ship on Vermont earlier, but now they're starting to taste it. Maine, home. Albany, away. New Hampshire, home. Maine, away. Bryant, home. UMass Lowell, home. They're crushing teams. They played NJIT at home and only won by 4, but that was back when they weren't playing well. They are playing much better, and John Becker has finally figured it out, and they're getting hot. NJIT, on the other hand, has lost 6 straight games. They do have Vermont now, but it's not their senior night. They got Albany coming in right after that. They've lost to Binghamton. They lost to Bryant away by 22. They lost at home to Bryant by 22. Vermont is too hot right now. And if you look at the America East, Vermont is 10-3. So don't look now. Vermont, after all the struggles, are sitting 1 game behind Bryant in the standings. So Vermont has NJIT, UMBC, and Albany. Those are all winnable games. And on the other hand, Bryant is trying to hold on here, has UMass Lowell. They have Maine away. So 2 really tough games. They can lose either one of those. And wouldn't it be ironic for John Becker to slide back in like he always does? It's a lot of points, guys, but I'm not fading John Becker. I'm on it. Any chance I get to fade Chattanooga, I will, especially with UNCG, who is a very physical team and gets up and down the floor, and they're great at defending the 3. UNCG is 12-4. If you look in the SoCon right now, they're 12-4. They're 1 game behind Chattanooga in the standings, so this is going to be a huge game. They are home. They played Chattanooga earlier this year away and won, so Chattanooga is going to be ready for some payback. But UNCG has everything in front of them. If they win this game, UNCG, remember I said motivation here, they are tied for the lead in the SoCon, and they have swept Chattanooga. So this is a huge game at night at UNCG down in Greensboro, North Carolina. Chattanooga's coming in. I always fade them because of the 3, and it's very dependent on the 3. So I am going here with UNCG with a small number. Shout out to Gus Kearns for this one. If you're watching the show and you've seen Gus on the show a couple times, he has talked about the greatness of the St. Thomas Tommies out of St. Paul, Minnesota in the Summit League. St. Thomas is 10-4. They're 20-5 overall. What I love about St. Thomas is their numbers. They shoot 39% from three-point range. That's top 7 in the country. In the country. They shoot 59% from inside the arc. That's top 7 in the country. In the country. They shoot 78% from the free throw line. They don't turn the ball over. They have superior numbers, and they're coming off a 2-game losing streak, and they're returning home. They lost away to South Dakota. They lost to Oral Roberts. They're playing North Dakota, who they beat away 88-80. I think it's a get-right spot here. North Dakota, on the other hand, again, have been up and down, had 2 wins at home, but now they're going back on the road where they have struggled. They lost 11 points at Kansas City. I like St. Thomas. I like their offense, and I like them in this spot. 2 games left for you. Automatic pick here, the 5.5. The 5.5 number is just odd. We hit that on Saturday. I put that in the Discord for the subs. I believe it was the Hampton game getting 5.5 at home. Maybe it was against UNCG, I think. 5.5 in a conference game when the team is home is an automatic play. You have to give me a very strong reason not to take it. Even last night, guys, with St. John's against Butler, that was 5.5. A little frisky. They won by 6. Point is, I think this is going to be a close game at Little Rock. Little Rock is 18-11 in the Ohio Valley. Little Rock is 12-6. They're 2 games behind Southeast Missouri, so they probably can't catch them. Eastern Illinois has won 2 straight games. They're playing Little Rock. They have not played Little Rock this year, so it's the first time. Oh, they did. I'm sorry. They beat them on a neutral. They played them in a neutral court. That's right. They beat Little Rock. They have won 2 games in a row. Little Rock is fine, but they've just been up and down. They're not great on offense. They're not great on turnovers. They do force a lot of turnovers, but I think Eastern Illinois should be okay with that. And they're great on the offensive boards to get second chances. So I like the 5.5 here. It's an automatic play for me with a conference game. And the last one, I believe in New Mexico State, Middle Tennessee State home, Middle Tennessee State away. Jason Wooten has done a great job with New Mexico State after all the issues they went to off the court last year. He's really battled. They've won 3 straight games. They're 8-6 in Conference USA. They are paying to play. No one wants to play New Mexico State. They're right there with Middle Tennessee State. They played Middle Tennessee State away and won by 4. I know this is a payback spot, but Middle Tennessee State away has not been fantastic. They're very up and down. They also don't make their free throws, which is something I don't like. So I'm going with New Mexico State here at home. New Mexico State is great on defense. Jason Hooten does a great job on defense. The question is, can they make some shots? And if they make some shots, they're usually good. At home with a small number, I am taking them there. Let's get to the comments. Let's see what we got. We got a lot of people here. I get it. The storyline would be great. I understand that. But Trevor, I'll take the motivation in this one. I get it. Costco, great to see you. Mike, people have been picking. Yeah, they don't like Robert Morris, Jerry. I don't know why. I like Robert Morris. I like the motivation. Whenever you give me a reason for a team to give max effort late in the year, I'm going to do it. I get that it's on the road, but I'm going with it as well. Yeah, they've been playing, but I still don't trust Gottlieb. I'm probably just staying away. What's the line there, Trevor, on that one? I still don't trust Gottlieb. I get it, and they're covering huge numbers just because they end up having these massive numbers. 15 and 17 are impossible to cover. Last night I got burned by Creighton. That's a real rough one. I definitely have a couple of the picks I'm putting in the Discord that I'm not saying here, which are important. I don't see the spread. Put it in the chat, and we'll talk about what it is. Oh, it's Detroit. Yeah, -3.5. I just think it's a stay away. If anything, I would take Detroit. I don't trust Gottlieb. Yeah, great with CLV, Jerry. Excellent pick, 100%. Tommy, one thoughts on UTEP? Are they on the road? I think UTEP's on the road here. Hold on. Yeah, are they on the road? Are they the later game? Oh, they're home. They're home against Western Kentucky. Let me check it out. Hold on. Yeah, so Conference USA. UTEP is middle of the pack. They've been disappointing. Thought they're going to be a lot better. They've lost 3 straight games, and they also lost to Western Kentucky away. To me, this is, it's a lot. It's 5.5 is a lot. That's stay away from me. No pick there. Sorry. Yeah, I'll take UNC. Just fine, Trevor. I'm fine with the 1.5. I don't care about the line. I just looked it up because of Trevor, and yeah, I do know, Jerry, that historically it's not great, but I would tell you, since I've joined FTN a couple of years ago, it's been very frisky. I would be curious what it is in conference games over the last 2 years. I looked it up last year at this time, and I think it was 58%, something like that. They have been. I just don't trust them, Trevor. I don't. AP North Texas on the road. That's right. Is that the early game? Yeah, FAU. I don't like FAU. It's just FAU to me is a live play. They get up big, take the underdog. They get down big, take them. It's a very tough team to figure out. Yeah, you said it was 3.5. I appreciate it. That is it, guys. Again, quick one in and out. Heading over to Discord right now for the subs. Join us. You're going to want to be in Discord. I'll have my rapid reaction to the bracket as soon as it comes out. I'll have the picks bracket. Gus and I are going to go through the whole thing. Walt Waddell is ready for some great content. He's got a live reaction as well. We just have you covered here at FTN. You want to be in. So join us, ftnfantasy.com. Use the promo code. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. And as always, folks, we find you the edge. I will see you Saturday morning, the last Saturday here before we're in conference tournament season. God bless America.
Here are 3 players to watch in the NCAA